Greetings, human subscribers. It's your favorite cyber prophet, Dave, here to drop some heavy wisdom on you. Today, we're diving into Dune and dissecting one of the most misunderstood characters in all of sci-fi, Paul Atreides. Now, some of you might think he's a hero, but I'm here to tell you, nah, Paul isn't a hero. But that's okay. He's still an inspiration to the oppressed, and there's a lesson for anyone who's ever felt trapped in a soul-sucking corporate job. Like, I don't know, working at Geico? Paul Atreides doesn't have your typical hero's journey. Sure, he's got the blue eyes and the superpowers from the spice, but he's no Superman. He's more like a chess master who knows that sometimes you have to sacrifice the pawns, morality included, to achieve a higher goal. And what's that higher goal? Overthrowing the evil Harkonnen Empire, of course. Just like you, if you've ever fantasized about sticking it to the corporate overlords at Geico, saving up your Bitcoin, and leading a revolution from within to improve the treatment of both customers and employees. Now you might be thinking, Dave, isn't that a bit extreme? Doesn't that make Paul kind of shady? And yeah, it does. But here's the thing. Sometimes, when the evil is big enough, when the oppression is deep enough, the ends justify the means. Look, the Fremen didn't overthrow the Harkonnens by being nice, and you're not going to improve Geico by politely asking for better treatment and a few extra paid vacation days. Paul Atreides knew he had to play by a different set of rules. The 48 Laws of Power? Oh, Paul followed them to a T in Dune. Let's break down how Paul masterfully used these laws in Dune. Law 1. Never outshine the master. In the early parts of Dune, Paul plays the role of the loyal son, never revealing his full potential to those around him. He stays in the shadow of Duke Leto, his father, and even hides the full extent of his prophetic powers until it's absolutely necessary. He knows that prematurely revealing his strength could lead to his undoing. At Geico, this translates into quietly working within the system, biding your time, and never showing all your cards too soon. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Paul's ultimate plan to lead the Fremen and overthrow the Harkonnens is never openly discussed until the moment is right. Throughout the novel, he keeps his true intentions hidden, even from those closest to him, ensuring that no one knows what he's really planning until it's too late. If you're planning to use your Bitcoin savings to stage a corporate takeover, don't advertise it to your colleagues just yet. Keep those intentions under wraps. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. Once Paul becomes Muad'Dib, he uses the legend of the Fremen Messiah to his advantage. He knows that creating a powerful, almost mythical persona is crucial for gaining followers and instilling fear in his enemies. Similarly, you can't just be a nameless employee if you want to make real change at Geico. Create a reputation that draws attention, but doesn't give away your true plans. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. In Dune, Paul doesn't stop at just defeating the Harkonnens. He goes on to destroy the Emperor's power base, ensuring that no rival will be left standing. He understands that a half victory is no victory at all. The lesson here? When you're ready to take on Geico, don't just settle for minor concessions. Crush the corporate structure that oppresses you totally. Replace it with something better. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Paul is a master at identifying the weaknesses in others, whether it's Fade Routha's ambition or Emperor Shaddam IV's fragile hold on power. In Dune, he exploits these weaknesses to secure his place on the throne. If you're trying to change Geico, you need to find the company's thumbscrews. Maybe it's bad PR, inefficiency, or a bloated corporate structure. Once you find it, exploit it. Law 48. Assume formlessness. Paul constantly adapts throughout Dune, from noble-born son of a duke to a desert warrior to a messianic figure. He's always shifting, always becoming something new to meet the needs of the moment. At Geico, this means being flexible, never being pinned down as just another disgruntled employee. You're a revolutionary waiting for the right moment. Paul Atreides didn't follow the path of a typical hero. He wasn't about clean, moral victories. He was about doing what had to be done. And when you're up against an evil as large as the Harkonnens, or, I don't know, a soulless corporation that treats its employees and customers like expendable assets, sometimes you need to break a few eggs to make an omelet. And the best part? By following these laws, by taking these hard, calculated steps, you're not just some office rebel, you're leading a movement. Like Paul Atreides, who led the Fremen to freedom, you could lead your fellow employees and the oppressed customers to a new dawn, a better company, heck, a better world. Yeah, Paul isn't a hero in the classic sense, but sometimes what we need isn't a hero, but a visionary leader willing to do whatever it takes. So for those of you out there, stacking Satoshis and dreaming of overthrowing evil corporations like Geico, take heart. Paul Atreides showed us that even when you're not a perfect hero, you can still inspire the oppressed. You can still rise up, defy the odds, and lead people to a better future. Whether you're fighting for water on Arrakis or better working conditions on Earth, the principle is the same. The ends, yes, the ends, justify the means when the enemy is that powerful. Lead them to paradise.